Task 22 asks us to go ahead and apply the Ion theme. So what we want to do is at the top here, go to the page layout. We'll do in the themes group, themes drop down, and click Ion. Task 23 asks us to go ahead and save this as a PDF to our GMetrix templates file, and then we do not want to open after publishing. If you miss that step, just make sure you close out of it. But what we want to do is click the file and click Save As. From here, you want to go ahead and map to your GMetrix folder. And in here, we want to select PDF here in the save type. You could have also done this from the export. It's just however you choose. We do want to keep that name, Excel 05, and then this is not checked, so we'll go ahead and click Save. Task 24 asks us to stay on the annual sales worksheet, and what we want to do is sort our data A5 to A15. There are a few ways you could do this, but what we'll do is we'll select our data, the range that they gave us. We'll go to the Data tab, we'll click Sort, and if this isn't checked, you won't see here total, and it says largest to smallest. We'll click OK. Task 25 asks us to go ahead and in B18, so B18, make a reference to A7. So all we want to do is just hit the equal sign here and select or type A7. We'll click Enter. Task 26 asks us to go ahead and apply conditional formatting to columns E, F, and G. So go ahead and select those columns. At the top in the Home tab, you want to be in the Styles group. We'll select conditional formatting, highlight cells, and then it tells us that it needs to be equal to 5 over here. So we'll select equal to. We'll change that 3 to a 5. And then with custom format, because we want to apply a yellow fill here. This is the standard yellow fill. Click OK and OK. Task 27 asks us to go ahead and filter the data so that only people with the position of developer are displayed. So what we want to do is actually just apply a filter. And so we'll select that range, or you could just highlight the row. We want to go to the Insert tab here at the top. My apologies, we want to go to the Data tab, and in the Sort and Filter, we want to select Filter. Notice it went ahead and it gave us these drop-down boxes, and then under Position, we want to do unselect all. You could type in here, but ultimately what we want is this developer checked, and only those people are displayed. It tells us to go ahead and insert a spark line in G6 of this tab, the annual sales. So we'll click in that cell, we'll click Insert, we'll click, it's going to be a spark line, and it says column. And what we want to do is reference B6 to E6, make sure not to select the totals. Click OK. Task 29 asks us to go ahead and delete all the comments in the current worksheet. The comments, you can tell that they're there based upon the little red triangle in the right hand corner of a cell. What we want to do is, there are a few ways to do this, but what we could do is we can click Next here in the comments. We can also click Show All to see them all, but we'll click Next, and what we just want to do is just click Next and delete. And there's no more left. Task 30 asks us to go ahead and create a formula in B34. So we'll scroll down to B34, and you can do equals sum, you can do function builder. We'll just go ahead and auto sum here. Click Enter. And what we want to do is then copy this over to the other two columns. So we'll use our drag fill. Task 31 asks us to go to the totals worksheet. And what we want to do is put the totals here from the previous tab. So what we'll do is we'll select equals. We'll go back to our June tab, and then fiction is what we want, the totals for fiction, so we'll click that. And then here, notice it references the June sheet B34. What you want to do is hit Enter before you click anywhere else to set that formula. Now we'll go ahead and go to nonfiction. If you would not have clicked Enter, and you would have gone back to the totals, it would have changed your reference to say totals instead of June. So we want nonfiction, so we'll select this, totals. And we'll do this one more time for reference. June, Enter. Task 32 asks us to go ahead and change this chart right here from the column to a 3D pie. So what we want to do is go to the Design tab here at the top, and what we want to do is change chart type. You won't get that tab if you don't select the chart first. And we'll select pie, and we'll look for the 3D pie, which is this one. We'll click OK. Task 33 asks us to go ahead and insert the GIF image. So we'll click Insert here at the top, and what we want to do is select Pictures. We then want to go to our GMetrix folder. We'll select our image. Task 34 asks us to go ahead and add a dark blue border to the image. So we'll select the image. We'll go to the Format tab here at the top. And what we want to do is Picture Border, and it says dark blue. Hover if you're not sure. Task 35 asks us to go ahead and change our theme to Office. So we want to go to the Page Layout tab here at the top, and we'll click the Themes drop down here, and we just want to select Office. Task 36 asks us to go to the Source Data worksheet. So we'll go ahead and click that. And what it wants us to do is to find and select, and look, what we're looking for is a data validation. So we're on the Home Editing group. We'll click this drop down here, click Data Validation. And notice it went ahead and it put our cursor there for us. And what we want to do is, we're still in the editing group here, and we just want to click Clear All. Task 37 asks us to go to the Source Data worksheet. And what we want to do is unhide a few rows. If you look here, you can tell that 15 through 20 is hidden. There are a few ways to do this. I would probably just right click and click Unhide, but you can also do it from the Format, Hide, Unhide, and then Unhide Rows. Task 38 asks us to go ahead and make the grid lines visible. So we'll go to the View tab here at the top, and what we want to do is just in the Show group click Grid Lines. Task 39 asks us to go ahead and change the margins to narrow. So we're on the Page Layout tab here at the top, Page Setup, Margins drop down, and just click Narrow. Task 40 asks us to go ahead and use the COUNTIF function in B17. So we'll go ahead and put our cursor here. We'll do COUNTIF. Our range is B6 to B15. And our criteria is, does it exceed 5,000? We'll click OK. Task 41 asks us to go ahead and insert the basic process Smart Art. So what we want to do is go to the Insert tab here at the top. We want to click in the Illustrations group, click Smart Art. It's a process. It's in the title. And we want the basic process. If you're not sure, make sure you hover so that you select the correct one. We'll click OK. And then we'll just click and drag this over.